back to a little bit of fun around here, are you? Things are serious. You know that when Joel's not there. Sneak over to the practice room. Not having anyone in this room right now. Don't hear anything there. So what I'm going to do here is do a little bit of lockpicking practice just to kill some time. Go to science class, because science class is not cancelled. It's a newer style lock than the basic lock. Interesting. This lock is trickier than the other ones. Picked it perfectly. And do a little bit of, I want to work on my agility some today, because as we saw, it's not good enough for some of the puzzles, so we'll do that for the evening. But first, trick dodging. Hey Nat, you made it. Just going to science class here, just as normal. Rogue class is cancelled for a little while here, but still can do science! Today we're going to have fun with chemistry and physics. We will experiment with a chemical compound that goes off with a bang. Flash powder. Flash powder is a substance that ignites with an explosive reaction upon impact. It is a combination of potassium, aluminum, and sulfur. This is the chemistry part of the experiment. The chemical compound is gathered in a specially prepared leather pouch. When you throw this with some force to the ground, it bursts open in a flash of light that will blind everything in the immediate area. This is the physics part of the experiment. For every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. The bright light blinds everything that sees it. Naturally, whenever you use flash powder, you should put on safety goggles or close your eyes unless you want to blind yourself. Are there any questions before we get started with this scintillating experiment? So with gooey and flash powder, sounds like we have two good ways to get away from danger. Will every experiment we do in class be defensive? Of course not! What would be the fun of that? Not that I condone violence, mind you, it's just that sometimes the best way to avoid violence is to make sure your opponent knows that you can wump his posterior. Now, let us get started. Alright. So we're gonna nip down to, well, nip down to the rec room, actually. Got to do our all-important card game practice. Doesn't sound like anything's going on in the rec room right now. Practice our card theory. This game is half luck, half psychology, and half mathematics. Sure, Sean. Let's play some billiards. This is my cue to rack up a little practice time. I just like that pun. Okay, concentrate. Be the ball. Well, every little bit of practice helps, so they say. I'm starving. I need to find the dining hall before it closes. He's standing behind us gloating, isn't he? Sadly, yes. Mr. Turk seems very pleased at the moment. This is all your fault, O'Connor. But I didn't do it. I'm not the thief. Maybe not, but Turk has had it in for you and all the rest of us since you arrived. You must have done something to tick him off, and he blames all of us now. Well, people just need to catch the thief to make everything good. Unfortunately, the thief only comes out very late at night after curfew. If Mr. Turk catches any of us out trying to catch the thief, he'll blame us. Well, people just have to be super sneaky, won't we? It's now time for everyone to clean up and leave this room. It's long past time for the disbarred bards to leave the school, but that will happen soon enough. Since the thief only comes out at night, I might as well enjoy myself for a while. No point searching for him before bedtime. So, if you don't catch the thief... Let's listen to this door just for grins. In this case, it's not a game over, as I recall. What happens is Thomas does. And you are that much further from being Rogue of the Year, so, you know, you don't want that to happen. Get our daily apple here. But... yeah, catching the thief is a thing that does happen. You know, set a rogue to catch a thief kind of thing. And obviously you miss other opportunities too if you don't figure out what's going on with it. Let's listen to the door here. Still nobody talking in there. Very exciting. Anybody around to play with? I guess I could. I'd rather be killing drats than talking more with Sosie. Fair, fair. How about we challenge him to a game of billiards? It will give me a deal of pleasure to beat you at this game, and everything else. I am an expert billiards player. Whoa, Sosie, whoa. You lose again. How typical of you. You lose. It's clearly a metaphor for your life, isn't it? I cannot believe all this brouhaha over a petty pilferer, as if a true thief would stoop to stealing towels or purloining pens. That's all he says. He's ticked off. Which, fair. Let's challenge Katie to a game. How would you like to play a game of darts with me? Okay, but I'll warn you, I'm the best dart player around. Yeah, I'm gonna lose at all the games. I win, told you I was good at this game. Okay, you win, I admit it. You are really good at this game. Nothing new to say to her either, I think. So let's talk to Esme, play some games with her. I am very good with cards. You will have to be very good to win this game. Just to build the stats, and also on the off chance I'm playing each of them at the thing that they're best at, so I can kind of gauge how good I'm getting by whether I actually win at any point. Don't expect it to happen, but I don't remember what the cutoffs are, so I'm just kind of going with, I'll just play with them when I get the chance. But not Joel, because Joel wants to bet, and I don't have that much money. Practice some billiards, see if we can build the agility. Just need to hit this at the right angle. Well, every little bit of practice helps, so they say. And once more, and that's the maximum for the day. Come on, the pocket is your home. Are you too good for your home? Well, every little bit of practice helps, so they say. And I think it won't let me. I'm all snookered out for today. There you go. That's the pun of the moment. Yeah, billiards is not the same as snooker, but I think, yes, on commercial flights, at least out of the U.S., um, billiards cues aren't allowed, but snooker ones aren't technically on the ban list. Let's go through the secret passage so we don't have to deal with Turk. Having the secret passages makes life a lot easier around here, even though there's still areas that you can't really get to. You can't get to... But basically you can get around on the ground floor by secret passage, which is handy. So we're going to go do a little bit more training here. Working on the agility. Listen to the door even though I'm damn sure nobody's in there. And the idea with getting the agility up is just to be able to actually deal with the giant approach thing. Let's do some tightrope walking. Also builds climbing, which we're going to need at some point as well. I think I can do it. I'm so proud of you, Sean. Climbing is looking great there. I think it's got to be at like 40 before I'm in a good space. Most skills are effectively good enough when you get to 40. All of mine are quite a ways from that. Except for stealth perception, the easy ones. Yeah, well, he was up super late, as we know. It was all of midnight, wasn't it? I think it was midnight. Tonight we will not stay up past midnight. Especially since I know for a fact that I'm going to be rousted out of my bed again. Confounded thief. All these stairs up are starting to get me down. Tonight we will do the thing we try to do every night. What? Take over the world? Okay, I'm getting pretty tired of the nighttime wanderer waking me up in the middle of the night. Let's get up and investigate the noise. Let's see if I can catch that noisy nuisance this time. There it goes again. Okay, it definitely came this way. Was that a door closing? I'll examine the apple core. Looks like someone with sharp teeth nibbled this apple to the seeds. Doesn't look like the core's been sitting here for very long. There are wet drips of apple juice beside it. The door to the Hall of Heroes feels sticky, and so does the doorknob. Alright, let's go in. Maybe I can catch the sound of the thief in here. I can hear a click and a sliding sound. Someone else must know about the secret passage. One thing for sure, I can't just track down the thief. I have to figure out a way to catch him. So we got the apple core here. This apple looks like it was eaten by something with sharp, pointy teeth. It may well be the thief has passed this way several times, and that he may pass here again. I see some sticky marks on the ground heading towards the fireplace. Drat, the sticky trail only goes a few feet. Guess the thief eats quickly. But what's this? The apple looks like it hasn't been sitting here for very long. The skin hasn't turned brown yet. Whoa, it looks like this core was thrown hard at something. There's splat marks on the ground where it bounced. It definitely looks as if this is the thief's regular path. There are several blue hairs on the floor near here. I guess that thief isn't a big fan of the headmaster. I can see apple bits on the bust's face where the apple core hit it. I can see some hairs near the lion guy statue. Let's take a look at the statue. It says this is Rakesh Satarna, hero of Frikana. I'd be lying if I said he wasn't impressive, so we don't get more information there. So what we're going to have to do here is try setting a trap. If I try putting some gooey down here, maybe then I can catch the thief. I'm going to hide over by the bookshelves. Maybe if I get bored waiting, I can just read for a while. Yeah, you can steal that statue, you can steal Uhura's statue, except you can't in either case. I'm too tired to wait anymore. Maybe tomorrow night. Ah, it feels good to sleep in. Since there's no class, I think I'll have a nice large breakfast today. This is great. We have a free day all to ourselves. If we don't stop the thief, every day will be a free day. I really don't want to be expelled over this issue. So what are we supposed to do about it? The thief comes out at night. It's not like we're going to stop him during the day. So why not take advantage of our free time? Do what you like, but I'm going to get some traps and try to find a good place to catch the thief. We don't have a lot of time to waste on this. You do that. Go save the world for us all. Be our hero. The rest of us will go off to have some fun. Ah, you gotta love Katie. Alright, time to do some training. It's only 11 a.m. No class. I do still have to remember to go to science class, though. I mean, science class! Listen to the door just from habit. Play our cards. I want to get good enough so that even I wouldn't want to play against me. That's the difference between me and Shauna. I don't actually want to be good enough at games that people don't want to play with me. Play our billiards. Let's see, the angle of incidence equals the angle of reflection, whatever that means. Well, every little bit of practice helps, so they say. Eight ball in the corner pocket. Shame it wasn't the 2 ball. Getting a little bit better. Agility's going up. Since I'm here, I'll play some darts. Never so busy I can't take a few moments for a little practice. Actually, I routinely am, Sean. Stay on target, stay on target. I think I'm getting a little better. Just a bit outside. It's all in the wrist. And hooray, my gaming is at 40, which is beginning to be decent. I'm still sleepy from the getting up in the middle of the night thing. Alright, I better get to class, and since sneaking past Turk from this angle is tough, we're gonna get back in uniform. Makes us a bit less handsome, but sacrifices must be made. I can hear the sound of someone pacing the hallway. Hey, I managed to dodge Turk somehow. To the science lab. Today's lecture is on geology, the study of the world, rocks, and minerals. Now, I'm sure that some of you budding geologists have rock collections at home. We'll be talking about how rocks are made and where to find them. The island of Sardonia is an interesting study in geology. Years ago, this entire region was disrupted by volcanoes. Thus, much of the rock forming the hills of this island is igneous in nature. This explains the deposits of sulfur that can be found here. On the other hand, rock formed by layers of silt and dirt over the edges was pushed up from the seafloor. Most of Sardonia is composed of sedimentary rock. This means that there are veins of phosphorus running through this island in the form of phosphate. Phosphorus is a fascinating mineral. It glows in the dark, makes a pungent, probably poisonous gas, and can be used in explosives. We'll be investigating the latter property in several lessons. Are there any questions about what we've covered so far? Wow, I didn't know that geology was so interesting, or that Sardonia had both igneous and sedimentary rocks. This takes my knowledge to whole new levels. Science frees the mind from the blinders of superstition and allows people to see just how astonishing even the rocks themselves can be. Now then, you will find mineral jars for phosphorus at your workstations. Keep an eye out for mineral deposits of phosphates as you explore the caves beneath the castle. You'll need to refill your jar for future experiments. You'll be able to tell the phosphorus by its phosphorescent nature. And now, let's see what phosphorus can do. I do love geology. For reasons not actually much like the ones he was just screaming about, but hey. I mean, I would totally go for doing some voice acting for this thing. Not Katie, though. Today's menu is the cuisine of Bellefonce, salade lyonnaise. Oh boy, coco vin and clafoutis, whatever. Fond Brown is a bit vocally stressing. You know, I never imagined that a day off from class would be so depressing. Yeah, and if we don't stop the thief, we may not have another class ever. The thief is in dorm hallway a lot, and sometimes in Great Hall. I do not think he goes downstairs or out to courtyard. Have you been able to tell what the thief is? No, but thief is very hairy. He makes me sneeze. It's hard to track when sneezing. Well, well, isn't this wonderful? If the school thief isn't stopped tonight, all you miscreants will be officially expelled. I'm so looking forward to it. I'm watching every one of you. Clear your places and leave. There is no place for thieves at this school. Get our daily apple. I can probably find a use for this apple sometime. Probably. And we got a few hours here. You know what would be fun, I think? Let's go check out the sea caves. You know, before we're expelled, let's do a last little bit of poking around. Caves are supposed to be huge, and I better not have a way not to get lost. I'll need something to mark my path. Lucky for me, I have the chalk from my rogue kit. It should do nicely. So let's see what I can find in the depths below. Here I go, down into the dark dankness of the unknown. It's cool and beautiful down here. The walls have a light of their own. Are they alive? Whatever it is, I'm liking it a lot. I'll just put a chalk mark near the stairs to remind me this is the way to the castle. Can't take too many chances in a place like this. So, welcome to the sea caves. We're going to be doing some monster dodging to get around here, but hopefully I'll do alright at that. And hey, what's this on the wall here? That's a lot of phosphorus. That's a lot of phos for anyone. My mineral jar is full. Hang on, my charcoal jar is full. That's to be expected. So my jars of stuff are currently full. But this is where to come to get more. We're going to start saving liberally because getting caught by those guys is not quite as... doesn't happen quite as much as Drats, but it's still annoying. It's a narrow passage that leads down into the depths. I feel like a real explorer down here. There's mushrooms, can't do anything with those. There's some sulfur on the wall there. Here's some wreckage. Let's go up these stairs. And what have we here? Judging from his outfit, he was a pirate and probably a thief as well. But I'll try to remember him as a really nice guy who just fell in with the wrong crowd. The skeleton has some sort of paper. It's a pirate map. Or part of a pirate map anyway, but it's a start. Now we do need some hair for our Gree-Gree. Alright, this is a little gross, but I do need some authentic dead man's hair. Luckily, it's coming out of his skull with hardly a tug. Yuck! I'm just glad I don't need one of his eyes. And also, what are these? These are mushrooms that look like little skulls, which I think is supposed to be a warning sign. I don't know much about mycology. In fact, I don't know much about anyone's ecology. This one looks incredibly plump and toxic, just the way I like them. There's our death's head mushroom. Which means it's a good time to overwrite our last save. Attempt to avoid running into those guys. Mysterious door. There's some serious doorage going on here. The lock on this door is seriously corroded and the hinges are covered by rust. I don't think anyone's used this door in years. I'm really having to work the oil into things here. I hope this will work. It's locked, and this isn't some simple padlock either. This is a very complex lock. It looks like I need a special tool to open it. So, can't do anything there right now. It's one of those... Oh, cripes. That was so unhelpful. Alright, we're restoring. It's one of those... Well, it's a good thing I had to save. Anyway, no reason to go back there because I know what I need to know about it, which is... Yeah, without running into monsters, let's just sort of poke around a little bit here. That's interesting, but actually not useful for this. Run away. Run away. Yep. Endanger bird, its ugly head, etc. Alright. This is a more difficult piece of sneaking. As a matter of fact, I think I may need to apply flash powder to get through there. Look at those. Those are seed rats. And there are, I think, 3 of them there. Let's see if I can make it. Wow! That was lucky. Looks like a big underground lake or lagoon. I can see some really interesting things across the lagoon from here. There's also a crude dam holding all this water here. I'm guessing the Gogs must have built it. There's got to be some way to get to the areas. What was that? Yikes, a sea serpent! It's huge and it's swimming in a small pool of water. Looks like the Gogs must have built a dam to keep it here. Wonder why. He looked pretty hungry. I hope I'm not on the menu. Looks pretty secure. It's not as slimy as some of the areas around here. I can see a similar stalagmite on the other side of the stream. Miniature twin peaks of solid rock. I bet I could secure a rope between them. That would be a great idea if I had a rope and grapnel with me. So, this is too early to do anything here. But now we know it exists, and that's the main thing. And now I have to try to get past those things again. Yay. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be next to impossible. But in a fun way. First one. Run, 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 except sneakily. Can we free the sea serpent? Good question. Find out on a later date when we play that part of Hero U Rogue's Redemption. Alright, so we've discovered a few different places where we can't do anything because we don't have the necessary tools or skills yet. But what's that? Goodness gracious. It looks like some kind of treasure. Could it be? Someone left an old sea chest just lying around here, as you do. What rogue could be expected to resist? Oh bother, it's locked. Good thing I came prepared. Let's hope no nasties sneak up on me while I pick the lock. Got it. Looks like we have some goodies for me to loot. This bottle is labeled Eau d'Enchant. I knew it. It's a trap. A large and potentially very useful trap. And there's some money to add to my purse, if I had a purse. Let's see. 10, 20, 23 lira. Good haul. This looks rather creepy. I hope that's water dripping down the stalactites and not drool. It seems to lead down to a different level of the sea caves. That's good. I didn't want to walk into a PDG, Petrified Dragon Gullet. You don't always come out of those. But these caves go on and on. Did everyone know about them except me? Yikes. Damn it. He who writes blah blah blah. He who fights and runs away lives to fight another day. Or in this case, sneak. Let's try that again. With less getting caught. We made it like slightly further onto the screen. I'm going to say summer. Yeah, I'm not really an expert on the UK collectively at this point, but my experience has been positive. I live in Scotland, but I've only been here for a matter of months. Alright, so we're mostly coming over here so that you can see this whole mess, which I'm not going to even attempt to deal with because no actual progress lost. But what's this? Another dead body? Well, we know what that means. Time for a spot of grave robbing. This gruesome skeleton has been bound to an anchor. He must have been here a long time. There's no flesh left on the bones. As far as I can tell, the skeleton was tied to the anchor after the guy died. Why bother? It doesn't look all that secure. I mean, if it wants to jump up and come after me, a few pieces of rotten cloth aren't going to stop it. Why do I think of these things? I'm scaring myself. There's something stuck in the chest cavity under the ribcage. Ew. It's some sort of red gem necklace. A weird, creepy sort of skull necklace that came from the chest of a dead guy. Wait, haven't I seen something just like this before? So, Mr. Bones, I guess you got a bit tied up in your work. Alright, I think that's actually everything we can do in the sea caves at this point, so yay. Now let's get out of here. I'd call it a very productive evening. Thief? What thief? Yes, okay, tonight we're gonna try to catch the thief again. This time I'm sure it'll work. So the door makes a nifty shortcut. I'd like to take a moment to appreciate that Sean says nifty. Because it makes me feel less old-fashioned. Let's go do some training. Better not make this look too easy. No, actually, Sean, it would be great if you did. My charm and defense have gone down because I swapped my stylish leather jacket out. But hey, other than that, some of my stats are starting to look okay. I'm going to keep saying more or less that some of my stats are starting to look okay indefinitely because I'm never happy with them. Sean, you generally weak, unskilled person, you. Left foot, right foot, left foot. Alright, time for a perfectly respectable... It's 11:33. That's a good bedtime. This is ridiculous. That stupid school thief keeps disturbing my beauty sleep. I'm not going to give Turk the satisfaction of kicking the rogues out of the school. That thief goes down tonight. And here I finally have got the quest to catch the thief. Which is how you know it's serious. There, again I saw something. Catching thieves, catching thieves. That's definitely a door sound. I think the noise came from the center of the hall. I assume that the others... Well, okay. I assume that Katie isn't bothering to sneak around because she figures someone else will. Alright, apple core on the floor. Let's listen to the door here again. But I'm not bothering with analyzing that apple core again. I know Thomas is sneaking around. He's just apparently always sneaking around in different parts of the castle than I am. The thief must have been here recently. Time to look for some clues. I see apple core there again. Apple core there again. What's this? Another apple core. How many apples can one thief eat? You'd think he'd be pretty sick of them by now. This apple is only half eaten. Maybe he got full. There's a wormhole in the side of the core that's uneaten. He's getting picky. There are a lot of sticky tracks in this area. There's even dried tracks with dust stuck to them. I'm guessing he was here a lot. I can see tracks leading toward the night plaque on the wall, and tracks leading over to the fireplace. And what's this I see in my peripheral vision here? That's a lot of apple cores. A pile of apple cores. Guess the thief decided to eat his lunch here, or supper, or midnight snack. There's a tacky mess in front of the fireplace from all the apples eaten. The apple cores here weren't just tossed aside. They were laid in this pile as though the thief sat in front of the fire while he ate the apples. I can see one sticky track here that looks like a bird's foot. It's still slightly wet, so it must have been made just a short while ago. There's a lot of blue hair stuck to the floor. Looks like the thief has been here before tonight. Let's set a trap, but here we also have the option to put an apple near the pile, so let's do that. If I put down an apple here, maybe I can lure the thief over to the fireplace. And then we use the gooey. This floor is so tacky, the thief will never see a pile of gooey over it. Well, time to go hide and hope that I don't fall asleep. You have to do it in that order. That's a slightly annoying thing. If you choose to set the trap without choosing to bait it first, it doesn't give you the option to bait it. I must have dozed off. Wonder what woke me up. Hey, an apple! Yes! Guess I must have dropped it earlier. What do you know? It's my lucky night. Yuck! What's this stuff? I'm stuck! Oh my, what if this stuff gets in my fur? I'll never get it out. Or worse, I get stuck here to the floor to wither away to a frail pile of fur and swept away like a dust bunny. Cut down in the prime of my life. I, the best finder of the castle quirk. Lost. Aw, let's say something sympathetic. Hi there. You look like you could use some help. Ack! Don't mind me. I'm just resting here for a moment. You can go away and do human stuff now. I'm good. You don't look so good right now. You look a bit stuck. Stuck? Nah. I'll be fine. Just warming myself in front of the fireplace. That's it. Nothing wrong here at all. So, what do you want? Let's be polite. I'll be happy to help you get unstuck. In return, I just need you to return everything you've stolen from the school to its rightful place. What? That's highway robbery! I'm not really stuck here. I'm just resting my feet. I don't need your help. Please, you have to return the stuff you've taken from the school. The headmaster is furious. He might close down the university if he doesn't get his hat back. Close down the school? No, he can't do that. This has been the best thing that's ever happened to us Castle Quirks. Before the school showed up here, this place was almost empty. The fires were all out. It was dark and creepy, and drats ran around everywhere. There were no apples. Okay, so say I agree to bring back the stuff I found around here. You'll set me free now, okay? Sure, it's a deal. I'll be happy to set you free. Then I'll let everyone know that you were just borrowing what you needed and you really aren't a thief. So, about those apples. After I put stuff back where I found it, will you leave me an apple here by the fireplace? That way, I won't be tempted to go borrowing again. We'll see after you return everything. Okie dokie, boss. A deal's a deal. Just let me go, and I'll put things back. But please, leave me an apple or two here every so often so I don't pine away, okay? You'll be my best friend forever. Maybe we'll even meet here again some night, if I get enough apples. And that's catching a thief. Welcome back to class. I trust you used your spare time to improve your rogue skills. Herr O'Connor clearly used his skills and his wits to uncover the school thief. You have him to thank for the fact that this class will continue. Herr O'Connor, would you care to tell the class what you've discovered? Honest it is, alright. For several nights I've been tracking the noises using my stealth skills and looking for clues as to where the thief was going with my perception skills. I discovered he was using a concealed door that led to the inner reaches of the castle. Therefore I set a trap near the door and ambushed the thief. Who was it? Who was this thief? Was he one of us? No, the thief was not a student at the school. It was a quirk. A quirk? What's a quirk? Quirks are furry creatures with long, sharp claws who live in the walls and hidden places of the castle. It's how they manage to steal so many things. Why were they stealing from the school? The quirks decided to start a school of their own for other quirks, so they stole school supplies. Why did they steal Headmaster's hat? Since the headmaster is the boss of the school and wore the hat all the time, the quirk leader wanted to wear the hat to show that he was the boss of the quirks. So the plot twist in this mystery tale was that the culprit of the school crimes wasn't a student, he was a teacher. Tomorrow's lesson will be on advanced climbing skills, so I suggest you brush up on your normal climbing this afternoon. You may also purchase a rope and grapnel for class. Will we be demonstrating our rope and grapnel skills in tomorrow's class, sir? I'll be happy to bring my professional rope and grapnel with me. Not everyone in this class is as skilled as you profess to be, Herr Saucy. I will give the others some opportunity to master the skill before I embarrass them. I will forewarn you, in 2 days from now, we will have a quiz and a test on your lockpicking skills. I assume you have mastered that basic tool use art by now. Entlassen. You know what I really don't want to have to do is repeat any of that, so I'm going to save. And let's talk to Joel. It was very good of you to catch the thief. It would have been most unfortunate if Mr. Turk shut down the disbarred bards class over this misunderstanding. Ah, but I've added 2 more items to my little store. One is a rope and grapnel set that I believe will come in useful for extracurricular adventuring. The other is an advanced lockpicking gadget called the Houdini 42. So how are things going for you? I have been exploring some of the more hidden areas of the castle recently. Have you found the underground corridor? Yeah, creepy place, isn't it? Indeed. I suspect that the 2 barred doors in the area must first be opened from the other side. Sadly, I have not yet found where they lead. Nothing. It's always just sort of a generic conversation there. What were you saying about the rope and grapnel? I have a very fine rope and grapnel that has the good housebreaking seal of approval. It's just what you need for life's little ups and downs, so to speak. What's this Houdini thingy you mentioned? There are some locks deliberately designed to defy ordinary lockpicking. For those, you will need to use the Houdini 42. It's an essential tool for advancing your lockpicking skills. Heard anything interesting recently? It seems that Mr. Turk was most displeased when he learned that the school thief was not a rogue. He implied that the thefts were some sort of plot staged by Master von Urwald to make rogues look good. Master von Urwald, needless to say, did not like having his honor impugned. It is a pity that I did not speak Germanish, so that I could appreciate some of the Master's more graphic responses. I'll see you, Joel. But first, let's pay him a compliment. You're the friendliest person at this school. I feel like this is unfair to Gregor. I try very hard to be likable. I do not wish to make enemies of anyone. We got flash powder, we got sleeping powder. Let's buy some of both. Gregor gets no respect. Don't hear anything in here. Gonna pick the lock and check it out anyway. I'm in. At this point, I'd be very worried if Sean couldn't get into the locker room all of a sudden. How about this door? I'm hearing a couple of things falling to the ground. Ooh, Katie knows some swear words I've never heard before. Somehow, I don't think she's a happy camper right now. Let's go find out what Katie's swearing about. Urwald better not test us on using grapnels or we'll all fail this class. Ladders I can climb. Ropes I can walk. Climbing ropes, not so much. Let's chat with everyone. We'll be a little late for science class, but the prof doesn't care, so. How are you at rope climbing? Worse than I was at throwing daggers, as it turns out. So why aren't you over there with Katie and Esme? I thought I'd let them struggle with it first. Looks like your practice is paying off. You're getting closer to the bullseye every day. There's a book in the library, Zen and the Art of the Throw. It really helped me improve my throwing skills. So where'd you come from originally? You're clearly not from around Sardonia. I grew up in Albion, but a few years ago my father was sent here to protect the island. My mother and I eventually joined him here. Then my father was killed. That's why I got the scholarship to come here, because my father was a hero. My father died when I was little. I barely remember him, so you're lucky to have your memories of your father. That's helpful, Sean. I'll see you around, Thomas. Goodbye. Esme. So I gather you can't show me the rope, so to speak? Sean, this is rope. Rope, this is Sean. Good luck. Ooh, I don't want to flirt with Esme. So let's go for Snorky. What difference does climbing a rope make? It's not like anyone here really wants to be a rogue, including you, I bet. I did not come here to be a rogue, but now I will be rogue. A good one. You will see. You don't do much climbing where you come from, then? No. We rovers keep our feet on the ground. Bye. Until later. Hope so. I'm late for class, but let's talk to Katie. So, you rope that the master will cut you some slack when it comes to climbing? What can I say? That rope is bad news. Katie I am okay flirting with. If you're overheated from all this exercise, maybe we could go to the courtyard and cool off by the fountain. Wouldn't that dampen your ardor? That's why we are to do it together. You are to be careful what you wish for. You'll just get burned. I'd better get going. See you later. Now, Katie is a character whose voice I still haven't figured out. At this point, I think I just sort of say stuff. Kind of sassy, but that's it. Some of the others I feel like I've got a handle on. Like, I can voice act them alright, but Katie is just sort of... These stairwells smell like sweat. Oh wait, that's me. Ew, Sean. Let's be prudent. Avoid getting demerits. Time to go to class. Come on, Sean, sneak. How do you expect to become a decent rogue if you don't sneak everywhere at all times? Honestly, some rogues. Today we'll be doing a demonstration and a series of experiments on incendiary and explosive devices. We will start by constructing a boom. A boom is a booby-trap device that once triggered will explode when something touches it. While I'll be supplying the chemicals for this experiment, if you have fulfilled your homework assignments by gathering the components of charcoal, sulfur, and phosphorus, you'll be able to replicate previous experiments. Are there any questions before we get started? So we'll be devoting this entire class to blowing things up, and here people think science is boring. People think science is boring? How could anyone consider uncovering the very building blocks of the universe to be boring? No, Sean, science is never boring. People are boring. People are prejudicial, narrow-minded ignoramuses who wouldn't know metamorphic from metaphysical. Science is a rational approach to viewing reality, unless, of course, you are dealing with irrational numbers. But that's more geometry than geology. Good! Now let's get started by blowing things up! You have 30 minutes to craft new items. Some items may take longer than others, so choose carefully. So, given the way I'm playing this, I think I want to go for flash powder. 1 portion of sulfur, 10 minutes. And I have 3 portions of sulfur and 30 minutes remaining. So I'll make all the flash powder that I can. Getting close to supper time now. Gonna nip down to see Gregor and do some shopping. If I can afford it. Of course, I can also sell some things. Basically anything that is intended for combat. Or for actually doing damage in combat, I can turn around and sell for some lira, so that's something. Ah! Gregor has something in store just for the disbarred bards. A rope and a grapnel set. How's Gregor today? Happy as usual because the young master's here to make his day? Indeed, yes. Gregor is happy to see the young master. Gregor hopes that Gregor can sell something good to Master Sean, or better yet, Gregor hopes that Gregor can soon buy some yummy drats from him. You mentioned you have a rope and grapnel for sale? The best rope and grapnel set that money can buy. Gregor now sells at this store. Surely the young master can make good use of such a thing. Never leave on adventures without a rope. So what do ratties do besides eat rats and perches? Ratties do much more than eat. Ratties also cook, clean, sew, scavenge, hunt vermin, and tinker. Ratties clean the streets of Caligari in the middle of the night. Ratties do many good things. You people clean the streets? Ratties clear the streets of debris and look for things lost or discarded. Ratties repair broken things and make them good as new. We haul away dead things and make great stews. Ratties keep Caligari clean. The young master said they must now leave Gregor, but sorrow not. Master Sean will one day return. Gregor will again be overjoyed to see the young master whenever Master Sean returns. Take care and happy hunting. What's the door marked very dangerous? Gregor wrote warning on that door. Behind that door is terrifying monster. Gregor has nightmares that terrifying monster will get out of the door and eat Gregor. Please, Master Sean, do not open that door. Gregor is afraid that terrifying monster will eat Master Sean for dinner, then eat Gregor for dessert. And if we buy our rope and grapnel here, and let's see what I can sell. Nothing really. Well, yeah, nothing really. Empty wine bottles, I guess. Yeah, the poverty thing is actually, I'm going to have to go back to the sea caves and poke around because I can't play Poobah without enough money to get started. And the best way to make money aside from that is, well, spend an hour of my day just cleaning the kitchens, which could do worse. I actually think I will sell a healing potion. That helps a little bit. Sell the non-essentials. The rope and grapnel unlocks an area of... Who left all these stairs lying around here? I don't know, Sean. They were very inconsiderate, whoever they were. Let's listen to the door. Dinner's already started. So school thief was Quirk? I have met Meeps before, but not Quirks. Meeps smell of earth and nature. The Quirks smelled more of dust and mildew. What do you expect from someone who scurries like a cockroach along old passageways in a dark and dank castle? He's like a dust mop with legs. You felt very brave to face Quirk in the middle of the night all by yourself. It could have been real monster. Thank you for saving the disbarred bards, Sean. Yeah, you did good, Sean. Dinner time is over! Everyone should clean up their place and get out. If I see one scrap of food on the floor where you were, I'll have you mopping the floor here for a week. He's such a nice guy. I've mentioned he's a nice guy, right? Let's, listen. Let's go in. Get our apple a day. You are the apple of my eye, or perhaps my belly. And again, for me, I can't afford anything front. I am going to talk to her. So, the school thief returned most of the things he stole, but he did not return my apples. That thief, he better not come into my kitchen again, or I will be making him pay for the apples. He will be scrubbing pots and pans for the rest of the semester. Where'd you come from originally? My mother, she is a spirit talker from Yoruba. My father, he's a sailor from the Caribbean Islands. My birthland was Fricana. My homeland, she is the world. Where did you come from, Riki?
Riki, she came from Mama!
Riki came from northeast Guyana. We met when I was exploring the cuisine there.
Chief Ife saved me. Bad people, they try to sell me. Riki, she in the cage, was very sad.
I met Riki in the marketplace in the town of Cayenne. Riki was in a small cage to be sold as a pet. I was horrified when Riki spoke to me. Imagine selling people like that. Some people, they are cruel and do not care about the ones they hurt. I had to buy Riki from them. But when I tried to set Riki free, Riki, she wanted to stay with me.
Riki, she likes Ife. Ricky'd be very happy.
I'd see ya in a bit, I guess, Summer. Never met anyone quite like you. You're like a tropical flower in an olive grove. I'd like to get to know you better.
Ooh, Sean, be sweet on you, Ethan.
Mr. Sean, you are very sweet. You are a very interesting person. That being said, I am Chef Keenat to you. I will help you with what I can. I will help you learn, but I will always be your teacher and your mentor, nothing more. But you liked that. Do you have any work I can do? Ah, there will always be work to do in a kitchen. Sadly, true. Kitchen cleaning is an endless task. Also true, Sean. You did good work, Mr. Sean. Good job. I'll see you both later. Od abo, Mr. Sean.
Bye-bye.
But... here we go. Time to make the gree-gree. I have all the ingredients you need to allow me to speak to the dead. Oda, now I will make the gree-gree for you. Just wait here for a bit. Here is your gree-gree, Mr. Sean. With it, you will understand what the duppies they be saying. Keep this in mind. Every time you speak with a duppy, you grow a little weaker. Do not have long discussions with them, you hear me? I do not want to see a Mr. Sean duppy. I'll be seeing you later. Marilepe, Mr. Sean.
Bye-bye.
That was a successful grubbing for cash. Do a quick bit of eavesdropping. I think I hear people talking behind that door. I hear people talking. I don't understand how you, a paladin, can tolerate the presence of rogues in this school. I should think that you would be supporting my efforts to get them kicked out of the school. I'm sorry, Mr. Turk, but I've worked with Master von Uwald for years. He's proven to me that rogues can do truly heroic things with their skills.
Breaking into people's houses, stealing things, skulking around like rats. Rogues are just thieves who haven't gotten caught yet, and they should be put away before they break the law.
This university does not make people into heroes. It gives the students the skills to make themselves into heroes. Not everyone can be a wizard or a mighty warrior. However, anyone can become a hero.
Humph!
That's telling him, Lady Moira. Check and see if there's anything going on over here. I think I hear someone talking in the next room. Oh, this is a productive piece of eavesdropping. Can't make out the words, but someone's talking in the room. Thomas is talking to the painting again. Maybe I can listen with my super sensitive roguish powers of eavesdropping. It's such a relief that the school thief was caught. I was really afraid that I was going to be expelled from the school because of the thief. I don't know what I would do if that happened. Mama's moved back to Albion. Our house and all our possessions have been sold off. I only have enough money to make it through a few months on my own. And I don't think there are a lot of well-paying jobs for rogues, college dropouts, or graduates. Ah, Thomas. Oh, hello, Sean. Good evening, Sean. What brings you out at this time of night? I was just snooping around to see what I can see like a good little rogue. So how are you now that the school thief has been caught? It's a sincere relief to know that we aren't going to be expelled from the school for crimes that we didn't commit. What about being expelled for the crimes we do commit? I'll try not to commit any crimes. I'm glad that the Quirk lived up to our agreement and returned everything, or else we'd all be in trouble. It's nice that the Quirk is trustworthy even if he is a thief. Maybe the Quirk wasn't a thief. Maybe he was a rogue. Try and get a good night's sleep. I'll sleep a lot better now that the thief's caught. Won't we all? No thief running around in the middle of the night waking us up means it's actually possible to sleep. Alright, to the rec room. think I hear Esme's voice coming from the far side of the room, but I can't make out the words. Sosie and Kiro are talking about billiards. A scintillating topic of conversation. Maybe things will settle down to normal now that the thief's been caught. There's a normal for here? There's always something going on. Thief or not, you insult this place by your mere existence. Ah, I'm gonna snark at him. Cesare, nothing quite makes my day like I see your scowling face telling me what to do with my life. It reminds me why the world needs heroes, because of people like you. I'll see you tomorrow, Cesare. Yeah, I'm gonna talk to everybody. It is a relief that this stupid school thief incident is finally over, is it not? Did you really think you were going to be kicked out of the school because of the thief? If the pilferer had not been caught when he did, yes, I think we would be unwelcome here. There would not be a disbarred bards class were it not for Master von Urwald. If our class becomes an embarrassment to the school, or our master be discredited, there will be no rogue class here. The school thief is clearly using secret passageways to get around the school, so how many secret passageways and entrances are there in this castle? You should talk to the thief about that subject. I know of 4 concealed doors, 2 doors that can't be opened from the castle side, 1 concealed door that I can't figure out how to open, and 1 trapdoor. I don't suppose you'd let me in on where they are. That will be telling. Sleep tight, Joel. The school thief won't disturb your dreams now. Pleasant dreams to you too, my friend. I figured you'd be the one to catch the thief. Takes one to know one. So how well do you think you know me? Well enough. I'd certainly like to get to know you better. You're a fascinating person. Why did you decide to come to the school? After my mother died, my father didn't think it was appropriate for a young woman to manage the inn all by myself, even though I'd been the one running it for years. He got my uncle and cousins to run the inn. Since my uncle is a self-righteous bore, his eldest son keeps trying to coerce me into marriage, and my father won't let me go sailing with him. I figured that getting an education was the lesser of evils. I've seen this castle on the hill all my life, and I've always been curious what it was like inside. Besides, there's a rumor that the castle has access to the sea caves that run under the island. I want to see them. So in order to get to know you better, why don't we take a little walk in the courtyard and find someplace private to talk? I think we're having a fine conversation right here. Good night and dream a little dream of me.
You want me to have a nightmare?
Ah, Kitty. Bless her. I am glad you caught thief. I was afraid we would all have to leave here. I'm happy to be your hero any day, Esme. See, I'm actually picking the options to voluntarily flirt with Katie where I wouldn't with Esme because Esme's too nice for that. So do you like being here at Hero U, or are you just trying to stay in one place for a while? This place is a whole new life for me. It's hard, it's sad, but it's good too. At home, all decisions are made by elders of the pack. They will choose where we go, where we stay. They will choose whom I am to marry. Here, I have choices. Here, I make my own future. It's a good thing. I am glad to be here. So am I your hero? Okay, maybe a little bit hero. See you tomorrow. Good night, Sean.
Curfew! Out of here at once! This recreation will cease. Everyone return to your dorm room immediately. I will be watching you. The stuff that was stolen from the music room was returned last night. I guess the thief had an attack of conscience.
Hey, Aeolus. Good to see you.
So how goes it with you? I'm starting a new song. I don't want to argue, I don't want to fight, but you've stolen my heart like a thief in the night. All I want to do is make things right, so let's talk things over in the cruel moonlight. What do you think?
You're really getting good at song composing. You're going to be a star someday.
I'm the one who caught the thief. Really? How'd you catch him? Who was it?
I heard a noise outside our room, so I snuck out and set a trap. When the trap went off, I found that the thief was a quirk. I told him he had to return everything or I'd take him to Mr. Turk.
So even quirks dread Mr. Turk. You caught the con, Sean. Good work.
Maybe tonight I can sleep without being disturbed by noise.
I'll try not to snore fortissimo con forza.
Try not to snore at all, okay? Yes, you can say Sosu was the one who was doing it all. Speaking of which, let's see if I can hear anything interesting going on. Okay, nothing there. Let's see if I can open this passageway now. No amount of pushing or prodding is making an impression on the concealed door. There's got to be a catch somewhere. Well, it's like the standard candelabrum, only a little shinier than most. Someone must have polished it recently. Let's see if turning this candelabrum will open the passage. Ah, that did it. There's something thrilling about secret passages. Yes, Sean, I agree. It's a good game, but it is definitely a big time commitment. For good or ill. Alright, I want to... Well, let me check and make sure I've gotten my charcoal. I want to leave an apple for the Quirk, like I said I would. I'll just leave the Quirk an apple here. Maybe he'll forgive me for catching him. There, let's see if that makes the Quirk a little happier. The new theory is make the Quirk as happy as possible. Too late to do any poking around in the sea caves, really. Happy Quirk is helpful Quirk. Also, I haven't spent much time looking at the reputation menu here, but as you can see, there is a meter for the Quirk, and you can crank that friendship right up. And that's kind of satisfying, you know. Let's just spend a little time on our lockpicking. Got it. Grind, grind, grind. At this point my tool use is pretty respectable, but it definitely doesn't hurt to keep working on it. I'm very glad that lockpicking evolved from the earliest iteration of it. I remember when I was doing alpha testing, it took a very long time to do anything with lockpicking. Alrighty. So I think what I'm going to do is head back to Sean's room, and my to-do list is now down to just learning to pick locks. We don't actually have the information about it yet, but he did tell us in class that there was a quiz coming up. So I'm kind of thinking The quiz is in 2 days. I'm kind of thinking of going through one more day and then calling it for tonight. And for once, maybe Sean won't be so tired. As I was saying, and that is how you jerk the rope to release grapnel from above. Try not to let the grapnel hit you on the way down. It's extremely embarrassing to be impaled by your own grapnel. In conclusion, a rope and grapnel is not likely to be the most used tool in your rogue set, but there are times when it is invaluable. Master the skill and always keep a rope and grapnel handy. Are there any further questions? Let's be amusing. If what goes up must come down, does that mean that climb doesn't stay? I expect all of you to have procured a set of rope and grapnels by now, or by tomorrow at the latest. However, there will be a test tomorrow on your lockpicking skills. I suggest that you all brush up on your technique before class. Blast it. Did you have a comment to make, Fräulein McMichael? Sorry, sir. I was just making a note to go practice my lockpicking after class. Very good. It would be well for all of you to do the same. Schluss. Anything new from Joel today? Nothing. Let's pay him a compliment. It's always a pleasure to see your smiling face. Mr. O'Connor, it is such a pleasure to speak with you that I cannot help but smile. Call me Sean. We're friends after all. Flirt, 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 flirt. There, he's done, you see? He's not hard to learn. You just need practice. You make it look so easy, Esme. What's this? Should bloody well hope you're in, Sean. How did you learn to pick rocks? It is just something we are all taught as children, like how to build fires in the forest, how to hunt, how to read portents, and how to dance. You never know what skills can save your life. So has dancing ever saved your life? Actually, yes. That is, dancing is life. It makes joy. It makes life worth living. What was it like growing up as a rover girl? We traveled all the time. When my parents were young, their clan was trapped in a dangerous land. They never want to settle down in one place again. For the first time in my life, I am in a place where I do not awaken in small wagon camped in a strange land, surrounded by distrustful strangers. This is as close to a home as I have ever known. I think this means that she is descended from, yes, the Quest for Glory 4 rover community. So what's the trick to picking a lock? You must be patient. If you take time and think only of the feel of lock will gladly open for you. Have fun. You too? Hi, Katie. How are things going for you? They'd be going a lot better if I could figure out these stupid thieves' tools are supposed to work. Esme learned things growing up like hunting and dancing. I learned the streets of Caligari. So what were you taught as a child? My mother taught me how to run an inn, how to cook, and how to keep troublemakers in their place. When I was little, whenever a ship was in port, my father taught me all about ships and seamanship. It was only when I got older that he decided I didn't need to know such things. So are you mastering the art of picking locks? I don't know why we're supposed to learn this. It's not like I want to break into houses when I get out of here. At least you won't need to worry about losing the key to your house. No, I'm more likely to lose these thieves' tools behind a safe after I throw them against the wall. So how are your rope and grapnel skills? About as non-existent as my thieves' tools skills, apparently. Good luck with this. Thanks, I'll need it. And I get a note saying I should potentially help her sometime. Hi, Thomas. So what skills did your parents think were essential learning when you were growing up? My mother made sure I learned all the social skills like dancing and etiquette. My father made sure I learned everything else. Isn't your father a paladin? He was a paladin, yes. He passed away several years ago. I'm surprised to see you here. I thought you'd be in the practice room working on your rope and grapnel skills. I wanted to practice my lock-picking skills before tomorrow's test. I'll practice my grapnel skills later. You shouldn't practice alone. If you throw a grapnel as well as you throw a dagger, you're likely to hit yourself on the head with it. Let's say something humorous to lighten the mood. The master made using the grapnel look easy, but I'm willing to bet that we'll all wind up black and blue from practicing that skill. Haven't you mastered your lock-picking skills yet? I don't really think that tomorrow's test will be a problem. I suppose I'm just putting off learning how to use the grapnel. Don't worry, you aren't the only one. I'm sure that we would all rather be here than hitting ourselves repeatedly with grapnels. Good luck on the test tomorrow. You too, Sean. This is really a very realistic perspective on what it's like to have a test coming that you haven't got the hang of everything for. Right. Time for a save, just on the off chance the Turk catches us. And off to science class. I should technically be working on my thesis right now, but I'm not. Biology is the study of living things. Botany is a subset of biology that studies only plants. Anatomy is a subset of biology that deals with the parts of the human body, like the bones and organs. That concludes today's lecture. Are there any questions before we get to the demonstration part of this class? So what do you think of biology as a science? You didn't say much about it. Biology is a messy science. It's more observational than experiential. You can't just ask questions like, what would happen if I cross a cat with a canary, and then test to find out if the answer is a peeping Tom. I think when you cross a cat and a canary, you're more likely to get shredded tweet. After the demonstration of spontaneous generation, you may work on your own experiments. Now let's get to the exciting part, shall we? 30 minutes to craft new items. I don't have the ingredients to make flash powder. Which means I'm left with a gooey or a boom. I'll make some gooey. Can't hurt. I now have more gooey than I will ever reasonably use, but on the bright side, I can catch any quirks that I want to. Let's listen to the door. It's loud. Dinner started. It's Hispaniola cuisine today. We'll have gazpacho, flamenquin, and flan. I can't complain about the food here. It always tastes good and there's a lot of it. Go get our apple. I do have my Grigri now, so I can also go and find out what those ghosts want. I'll just take the plumpest, juiciest one I can find. Too bad I had to touch all the others to do it. Sean! I'm so glad I'm not in preschool with you. Yeah, let's go drop this off and eavesdrop first. There's nobody in there. Let's go drop off this apple for the quirk. Maybe we can be friends someday. still only an acquaintance right now, so I guess that's fair. Yeah, so my theory is finish this day, leave the quiz for the next time streaming, whenever that is. Nobody's talking in there right now. Do our card practice. If I can just learn Grand Poobah without getting royally flushed. Man! Getting some more practice at the billiard table. Hooray, my agility is 40, which actually, at some point I need to find out what level I actually need for the giant approach bit. But right now, let's get some darts in. Okay, I have exactly 2 minutes left before curfew. So, more practice.
Curfew, out of here at once. This recreation will cease. Everyone return to your dorm room immediately. I will be watching you.
What's this?
I saw a vision of beauty today. A maiden of mercy inhabits the infirmary. Lady Moira is amazing.
Oh boy. Here we go again. You seem chipper today.
Yes, I got hit on the head in the self-defense class and it's the best, happiest day of my life.
Okay.
I went down to the infirmary and there I met her. Lady Moira Glenshannon, the maiden of mercy and medicine. She healed my wound and won my heart at the same time.
So how did you fall for Moira?
Moira is the kindest person I've ever met. She soothed my pain with her touch, then she wiped the blood from my face. I looked into her eyes, and they were like emerald pools of love. I just had to write this song. Moira, earlier my life was filled with grief. Moira, you looked at me and filled me with relief. Now the pain is all gone and the pleasure is nigh. Moira Glenshannon, I'll tell you why. Moira, it's quite true, I love you. Sean, would you please visit the infirmary and talk to her about me? She just thought of me as a patient today. I want her to think of me as her boyfriend. Please speak with her and mention how beautiful and kind she is. Tell her that I love her. Would you do that for me?
No. Look, Aeolus, you're the only one who needs to speak to Lady Moira. You've got to talk to her and tell her how you love her. Sing her your new song. That's the only way to make things work out.
But what if she doesn't like my song? What if she thinks I'm silly?
You're a bard. You'll do fine. Catch you later, alligator.
In a while, crocodile.
He is just, yes, I'm afraid Aeolus is, well, Aeolus is Aeolus. I love him. Bless him, but no, that's not how you do romance. No. Alright, I think that's it for today. So I'm going to save and quit here. And we'll see you again for the next session of Hero U, Rogue to Redemption. Till then, bye.